Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Hannibal reaction video. Today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 3, Episode 4 of Hannibal. Okay, so you guys saw in my last reaction I was deeply concerned about some of the choices that Will is making and the path that he is going down. Right, Nala? Yes. Will. Oh god. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen to him now going forward, especially as he's now recruited an ally in his quest to go after Hannibal. But we also now know that Hannibal, based on his conversation with Bedelia, is coming to the conclusion that the only way he will be able to forgive Will and cope with his actual feelings toward him is to kill and eat him, just like he did to his sister. So, yeah, Will doesn't seem to be potentially walking into a very good situation with Hannibal. Not a shock, but, you know. And then we do have Jack kind of in place there, seemingly ready to go to try and help Will, so there's that at least, I suppose. But I'm super curious to see what's gonna happen, especially because, as Bedelia correctly pointed out, Hannibal is pulling not just Will, but Jack too towards him. So he has to have some sort of idea that this is going to be happening. He's got to be kind of prepared, right? So not sure exactly what's gonna happen. I'm deeply concerned about Will in more ways than one. But yeah, just really interested to see where it goes. So hopefully we don't have any more jaw issues today. Let's just go right into episode 4.
A few feet of intestines.
Wait.
The dead. The dead at least have the luxury.
He's alive!
Done with what they lost. You and I, we still itch.
That little itch must be telling you something.
Would you like to discuss what that little itch is telling you?
Chilton's alive!
You
Oh my
wearing
god.
makeup?
Guys.
How long does it take you to put your face on in the morning?
Now that I've got the routine down, no time at all.
I tell you
I'm
what,
so excited!
you show me yours and I'll show
You guys
mine.
know, I told you how much I love Chilton in the show. I'm so happy he's still alive. I mean, that was a surprise. That's, oh god, what is he doing? Wait a minute. Oh god, eyeball things. Eyeball things. What's gonna happen here? Oh god.
There. Now we can talk face to face.
I understand
cheekbones
you
gone.
have offered quite a substantial reward
Oh god, I don't
for
want to
any
look at
kind
it.
of relevant information on Hannibal Lecter. Not just the usual apprehension and conviction.
Ew.
Yes, $1 million. 1 million. We advertise worldwide. High price for a fancy pig.
Hannibal would be a prize pig if I had him in my hospital, but you do not intend to see him institutionalized, do you?
No.
I'm saying nothing that would force you to break the bonds of doctor-patient confidentiality.
You do not want a therapist. Left us to die.
Okay, so this was a conversation he actually had with Chilton, and yeah, he just placed Abigail in there.
Couple of suckers we've been. Set us up, knocked us down. What bothers me the most is, I think it was easy for him. Shooting monkeys in a barrel. You had encephalitis. I do not know what my excuse was. Compulsive imitation. How dull. But maybe I am learning all sorts of new things about myself these days.
I missed you, Chilton.
I'm learning new things about you, too.
Like, I thought he was hilarious the whole time on the
Imitation allows us
show.
to better understand the behavior of others.
But once he, like, figured out the truth about Hannibal, from that point on, he was amazing.
Was eviscerated and accused. I have literally felt your pain.
We have matching scars. I told him to leave. So I wanted him to run. Why? Because he was my friend. And because I wanted to run away with him.
Oh, well.
Have you accepted Jesus, Dr. Bloom? Do you have faith?
I was raised in a religious atmosphere, Mr. Verger, but whatever that left me with, it's not religion.
Left me with more. You see, I'm free, Dr. Bloom. I'm right
Seriously?
with the risen Jesus, and it's all okay now.
Oh yeah, that sounds believable.
Nobody beats the risen. He will rise me up and smite mine enemies, and I shall hear the lamentations of their women. That was once you, I'm told. Dr. Lecter got deeper inside you than he did any of us.
Try to be an asshole, end up choking on your own fucking
Do you want me to
spit.
get the nurse?
No sympathy.
Oh, no, I'm fine now.
Forgiveness isn't all it's cracked up to be, Mr. Verger. I don't need religion to appreciate the idea of Old Testament revenge.
Okay, Alana. Hey, it said she was gonna change, right? That. Oh, Jack.
I have
He's seriously going to see every single one of
Forced
them.
retirement at the FBI. You fall in love with the Bureau,
God,
and it does not fall in
Chilton.
love with you.
Behavioral sciences
love you,
doesn't have the
Chilton.
resources. Homeland security is the priority now. Terrorists are more frightening than psychopaths.
Not to me.
Really.
Understandable.
First thing you did after getting shot in the face was copyright Hannibal the Cannibal.
The catchphrase is a trademark and protected as a form of property. You are alive because you did not pull that glass from your neck. Will Graham is alive because Hannibal Lecter likes him that way.
True.
Maybe it's one of those friendships that ends after the disemboweling.
I would argue with these two. That's tantamount to flirtation.
Oh God,
Will is going
Chilton.
to lead you right to him.
Oh, no, he's not to me. I've let them both go. I've let it all go.
I mean, we know that's not true from
Cut bait.
other episode, but
You're letting Hannibal have him hook, line, and sinker.
You'll excuse me, Dr. Chilton.
okay.
I'd like to be home.
All right. So after what happened and when he found out that Will did, he was just gonna say, "All right, that's it, Will." But Chilton's gonna guilt him into it. All right, Chilton. But seriously, he copyrighted Hannibal the Cannibal. Oh God, and he's going around trying to get anyone that he possibly can to assist him in the process of fighting Hannibal because he wants Hannibal to be in his institution to be studied. Oh God. I love him. I love him so much. Oh no! Hannibal! Did you really?
I'm so sorry about Bella, Jack.
Alright, I get that he genuinely liked her and everything. At least as much as Hannibal can like somebody. But come on. Come on, Hannibal. He really was asking for Jack to come after him, wasn't he? Bedelia knew.
She had to die on me. Knew it was coming. And it still smarts. I know what's coming for you, Will. You don't have to die on me, too.
Alright, so that's it. So Jack was gonna move on, but first Chilton, then Bella dies. Hannibal sends a fucking note. Like it. So that's what's gonna compel Jack. He's gonna now wind up going to Italy to try and save Will.
I was saying, ow.
Oh.
Where's Will?
He's already gone, Jack. Will knows what he has to do. Do you?
Right. Well, that was episode 4. So I definitely feel like this episode somewhat clarified some of the questions that I'd had at different points, including about Will's decision to call Hannibal, you know, and how he really felt. I mean, he came out and blatantly said to Jack, right, I wanted him to run, and I wished I wanted to go with him. And, you know, we knew that. We knew that he was conflicted both ways. But then we actually see him explicitly having kind of thoughts about, well, maybe, what if I had, you know, teamed up with Hannibal and we'd killed Jack instead of what actually happened. And the conversation he had with Alana. I get that he's legitimately conflicted, but I have to feel like, for me, a lot of it comes down to him still being the victim of manipulation to an extreme extent. Like, I get that there also is, he feels, and Hannibal feels, a legitimate connection between the two of them. But at the same time, I mean, Will has this ability to empathize with whoever he tries to empathize with, to the point where he gets caught up in their head and finds himself almost becoming them in certain ways. And on top of that, we know that Will genuinely also loved Abigail. Partially that because he did get into her father's head too and took on some of that, but then later because he took an interest in trying to help her and play like a fatherly figure in her life. He genuinely loved her. And Hannibal viciously murdered her right in front of Will for the sole purpose of hurting him, of punishing him for what Hannibal felt was his betrayal. And I get that Will still has this feeling of connection to Hannibal, and he believes what he's saying about saying that I'm never feel genuinely more myself than when I'm with him. But I still have to feel like deep down that he has to know on some level that a lot of that comes down to manipulation and how his mind has been so utterly twisted and fucked by Hannibal. Some intentionally and some just as a consequence of who Will is and how he relates to people. And so that he has to know deep down, no matter what it is that he might feel like he wants or that might make him happy, that he might think might make him happy, that he knows that he has to either try to kill or capture Hannibal. Like, he knows that. And I hope, you know, Alana saying Will knows what he has to do. I hope that's what she's meaning too. And I think that's what she thinks, hopefully. But I'm sure for her, at the very least, the idea is that Will is going to draw Hannibal out to where he'll then be in a position where Mason Verger's people can try and get him back, and then she can have the revenge that she wants. I think it's pretty interesting they showed that she is having this change in perspective. I'm very curious about this bone marrow thing, if that's actually something that is real, that if you get a tremendous amount of bone marrow into your bloodstream, that it can impact your thought processes and your personality and how you'd act. I'm curious about them going that way because, I mean, it seems like to me, yes, she's always had a very, like, strong sort of sense of what she believes is moral, right or wrong. But it also does seem like to me that that level of betrayal and what she went through, both emotionally and physically, could be enough to kind of justify her turning in this direction of wanting revenge. I don't know. But, yeah, so I'm curious if that's really a thing. I think that they also, they did the right thing. They had Jack do the right thing by Bella. So, like I said, I knew she was going to die because there was no way that she was going to still be alive and he would go after Will if she was still living. So, but basically a lot of this episode, other than answering some of those questions, lingering questions I had, in particular about Alana, but also Jack, and about Will's mentality there, and what he wants. The big things with this episode is just kind of setting up all the pieces, how it is that Jack ends up following Will, what it is that people are hoping to happen to Hannibal and trying to set up for him. And then the biggest thing of all, Chilton is still alive, which is hooray, because I love him so much, so I'm glad he's still there. Alright, so I think I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. I'm hoping that this is actually recording okay, because I'm noticing that my camera is having some freezing issues at the moment, so hopefully, like, the whole last 5 minutes of this discussion actually was recorded alright, but I'm going to stop just in case it's not, so just thank you so much for joining me again today, everybody, and hopefully I will see you next time for episode 5. Bye!